The Barifa peri-urban forest has been a bone of contention among different interest groups, including the National Forestry Authority, the City Council authorities, and politicians in Arua district. A license for ecotourism development and forest conservation activities in Barifa Forest Reserve, given to an investor by the National Forestry Authority, has yet opened another can of worms. Honorable Amati Moses, a councillor representing Dadamu Sub-County to Arua District, has called this move a fraudulent one by parties involved in the licensing, saying Barifa Forest belongs to the people of Arua District and any transaction must directly involve them.
Okay, by names, I'm called Amati Moses. I'm the district councillor representing the people of Dadam to Arua local government for the last 10 years. One of the critical issues that we are facing as a country, as a region now these days, is the issue of land. And for this case, the issue of land that has come to the table at the moment is now the issue of Barifa. Arua district is the greatest stakeholder of Barifa forest. The origin of a Barifa forest is a land that belongs to the people of Aivu. That land was given to the missionaries. Later, it was now transferred to National Forest Authority. So, National Forest Authority is holding Barifa forest on behalf of the people of Arua and then the Uganda at large. Should there be any activity that is supposed to be carried in Barifa, that means the people of Arua and then the central government should be in collaboration to take action in two. Last week, we heard there is an investor who wants to lease the land. Pending the issue, when I'm in the district in council, we requested the government to degazette Barifa based on the issue of insecurity caused by the forest. So it is not the mandate of the district council to degazette national forest, but it is the mandate of the parliament that we requested using our council as a stakeholder to the national. Up to now, that thing has not been done. Now, why should National Forest release the land to investors without the consent of the stakeholders?
The Lord Mayor of Arua City, Alhaji Issa Kato, says the district and council plan to degazette the land is not only for the construction of the proposed West Nile ecotourism city, but also for security purposes. He says NFA is encroaching on Barifa Forest Reserve and says his office and other stakeholders in Arua District are ready to take industrial action against the National Forestry Authority.
From this question, NFA also wanted the degazettement, because if you begin to bring privates there, this person is coming to develop eco tourism. He's coming to destroy the forest already. Particles of it will only be left there. You see that? So NFA must be wise enough in taking decisions. And it will cause problem. One, that land is not only for NFA or the council. Even Oluko has part in that land. That land was given to NFF without even documents. It is still cultural land. Even if they have a lease over it, but the land belongs to the owner. So there are a lot of factors that we want this forest degazetted, and it will be degazetted. And if they go ahead, the council will go to legal redress with the NFA. You cannot begin something and then you have a standing agreement with somebody. That is theft, that is corruption, highest of its order. It's very big corruption that NFA is doing. My resolution is way forward is, if they continue, I have now the documents with me here, ready. which NFA messed up with. They are with me here. These are the documents. I am going to write my letter and compile it, give to the minister. And the copy will go to Nakalema. Seriously, it will go to Nakalema. This is corruption. They are selling land out in fraudulent. And you can see that he is now having a document with this person, which is supposed to expire in May 2021. He is getting money from land which we have already started. The agreement is standing. And two, they made us to come up with this. Do you know how much this eco-city design, artistic impression, has it cost the council? It's very big amount of money. So this is a multi-billion project, and in several occasions we met in the State House with President Museveni. He advised, he said, Mayor, what you are bringing forward is correct, but we want the forest be degazetted and then a very beneficial project be put there so that the youths can get employment.
Robert Owini, the range manager for West Nile Forest Reserve, has come out to justify the licensing to one Oguzuli Martin, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Maracha District, says NFA is mandated under Act 8, Section 41-42 of the National Forestry and Tree Planting Act to license forestry-related activities to developers even before degazetting takes place.
Legal for a licensed activity like ecotourism to be given by NFA or by government to a developer before the forest has been degazetted. That is wrong. It is a misconception. Licensing does not require a portion of a forest reserve that is going to be licensed to be degazetted. Actually, the license is for activities that are permitted inside a gazetted Central Forest Reserve. The moment you degazette this place, then NFA will actually choose to have powers to place licenses in it. Therefore, if you look at section, I think 41 of the Act, which talks about licensed activities, 41 licenses, yeah, it is section 41 and 42, which says, section 42 says, a responsible body shall, through a fair, open and competitive process in accordance with the procedures prescribed by regulations, invite applications for a license under this Act. So I've told you, Arua Central Forest Reserve is a gazetted Central Forest Reserve. And the law allows the NFA, as the statutory body that is mandated to manage Central Forest Reserves, to license forestry-based activities. So it is not a requirement that for an activity to be licensed in a Central Forest Reserve, the reserve should first be degazetted. Actually, once you degazette, then it chooses to be a forest reserve.
Owini continues and says, Ministry of Water and Environment, in a letter dated 14th November 2019 to the Chief Administrative Officer and Town Clerk Arua, the environmental impact assessment made for Barifa indicated non-compliance elements such as the impact assessment report was done only for the Central Forest Reserve but not for alternative land in Logiri, and no representative sample of adequate consultations with communities around the forest reserve and exchange land. These, among others, were indicated in the letter as reasons for failure to degazette the Barifa Forest Reserve.
But the last assessment, which was done by officials from the Ministry of Water and Environment, found out that there were still a lot of gaps. For example, environmental impact assessments have not yet been done in the two, and it is a requirement by the law. Number two, valuation of the two lands have not yet been carried out.
Chunks of forest cover across the country has been lost, and some through dubious and illegal processes under the watchful eye of the National Forestry Authority. Whether or not this is one of those such circumstances, a lot is still left to be answered.